You filming?
Good morning, it's day 29. We're taking the morning off yet in Hot Springs and just kind of doing some resupplying, relaxing, tooling around town. Our plans are to grab a sub or something for lunch and then head out soon after for a short 5-mile day.
The diner was closed this morning. We were completely disappointed with that. They're doing maintenance, so we got some McMuffins with egg at the Hillbilly Market, which was good.
It was. They also had some awesome hand pies, fruit pies, so that tasted good too. So we were mistaken yesterday. We thought the river was right downtown. It apparently was another little branch of the river. So we are now crossing the French Broad River and heading on our 4.6 trek for today.
Somebody asked in the comment section how we know where we're going on the trail, and we're basically following these white blazes, white paint marks in the tree. That's what we're going by. There are times when there's a double white blaze, one on top of the other, and that signifies basically just to pay attention. There's usually a change in the trail, sharp turn, or merging with other trails. And there are times when two trails run together, like when the John Muir runs with the AT. There will be a yellow blaze and a white blaze on top of each other, marking the two different trails. And there are also blue blazes, and those signify either a water source off of the trail or a view that's just shortly off the trail. So those are some of the markers we go by to kind of navigate and tell where we're at. Somebody also mentioned in the comments, not sure if it was sarcasm or what, they said if this is the hardest thing we've ever done, obviously we don't have kids. We do. We have 3 kids. Really enjoyable to raise our kids. This is much harder than raising children. So yeah, we had no issues raising our kids. We'd do it all over again. This dam out here in the middle of nowhere. We're kind of camped close to tonight, it looks like. So, not sure why it's here from nowhere near civilization, but it is. There's the infamous bench that people talk about. This campsite's somewhere near here we need to find yet, so I'll find out where they're at.
we made it to our campsite. It's a beautiful spot here, just kind of at the edge of a grassy hill going up just beyond the pond. It was we were talking as we were walking about how nice it was to have 28 hours kind of off the trail and off our feet. Still doing miles yesterday and today, but not as many. And we feel really rested and our feet and legs feel really good. So that was nice. When Al and I watched videos over the last few years, we would see like people would fall a lot. We were always kind of wondering what it would be like out here if we would do the same thing, if that was normal or what. And so we've been keeping track, and for the month of February, I fell 6 times. Thankfully, I only face planted once. Most of the times it was slipping and I would land kind of on my backside. Al, being the skilled mountain goat that he is, he only slipped once and it wasn't even much of a fall, I don't think. But thankfully, nobody's gotten hurt. And there were others in our Smoky Mountain family that came through. I did not fall the most. There were others that fell 10 or more times.
Yeah, the sun today is a huge morale boost. Wow, it is so nice I was in a t-shirt for a while. It's probably mid-60s right now, and just setting up camp to have the ground dry. It is so nice to just be able to set stuff down, not worry about everything getting soaked up. Yeah, it's just we got 5-6 days of just beautiful weather coming. They're talking mid-70s by the end of the week here, so yeah, it'll really be nice to have a beautiful stretch of weather to hike into. So
we're going to show you a little bit about AWOL, the guide that we're using, where we went today, and kind of how to read the book.
Okay, so here was our day. Here was Hot Springs, and we just basically did this up. That's along that stretch you can see along the river, and then we ended right here. And then just a little bit of info on how we read this book. So this is the shelter. Over here on the end, the 5, that says how big the shelter is. Sorry. The 5 is how many people can go in a shelter. This red symbol, that means there's a shelter there. There's also tent areas there. That means there's water there. And the half moon means there's a privy there as well. And then looking ahead, if you go from the double arrows, these are northbound numbers. So the next shelter is 14.2. The shelter after that is 28 or 22.8. And that gives you an idea how far your next shelters are apart, so you're planning your next day. And it also has cables there for hanging your bags. And this was a 0.2 off the trail, and that's what that number there is. So gives you a lot of information right in a row there about your shelters coming up. And that's your mile marker, of course, where your mile marker on the trail is. So
this first number would be if you're coming southbound.
Right.
The larger number.
The larger number is for SOBO people, and this is for people going northbounders. And if you look over here, these dots here, these are all water sources along the way. So if we're, like there was a lot of water today, or this day here. And then these here are just random, like we're at right now, camping areas with no shelters. So that's kind of how you can plan your day.